Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is David Theroux. I'm the president of the Independent Institute. I'm delighted to welcome you to our Independent Policy Forum this evening. As you may know, we hold these on a regular basis to bring together top scholars and other experts to discuss, debate, and consider important major social and economic issues and policy proposals. Our event tonight is entitled, "Is U.S. Justice Broken? Overcoming Government Legal Failure?" And we're very pleased to have as speakers three really outstanding legal scholars and experts. In particular, our program is focusing around the new book that we're very pleased to be sponsors of, called The Pursuit of Justice, Law and Economics of Legal Institutions, which is edited by one of the speakers, Ed Lopez, who I'll introduce in a few minutes. And by the way, the book is available at discount, both here and for those who are watching us on Ustreaming on our website. For those of you who are new to the Independent Institute, hopefully you may have gotten a packet when you registered. You'll find information about our books, upcoming events, media projects, memberships. This is the end of the year. And you'll find also a great deal of information about us on our website called independent.org. I'll also mention that in the packet there is a flyer about another one of our new websites called mygovcost.org, or the Government Cost Calculator. One of our research fellows, Emily Scarbeck, who's here tonight, is the director of that, and I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you about that. I think you'll find it quite intriguing. In addition, in your packet, you'll also find information about our summer seminar program for high school and college students. This is getting toward the season in which people are making plans for summer, and we would encourage you to enroll students who you know or encourage others to do so. One other note I might mention is that this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, C-SPAN is going to be airing a program that we taped in our Washington Conference Center. It's actually going to be shown on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. on Pacific, and Sunday at 11:30 Pacific and 2:30 Eastern. I'm sorry, vice versa. 2:30 Pacific and 5:30 Eastern. It's based on this new book called The New Holy Wars, which is by another one of our senior fellows. His name is Robert Nelson from the University of Maryland. And the topic that is being discussed is what's called economic religion versus environmental religion. I hope you can tune in for that. So the question is the legal system of the U.S. broken, or what? Many have noted that the legal system is fraught with injustice, backlogged courts, and billions of dollars, and perhaps a lot more, in waste. Let's consider, for example, in August, Thomas Lee Goldstein, a man who spent 24 years in prison for a crime he did not commit, was awarded $7.95 million from the city of Long Beach. He was released from prison 6 years after evidence of police misconduct came to light. For the past 5 years, defendants in federal criminal trials were forced to waive the right to DNA testing in exchange for plea bargains. Those waivers prevented federal inmates from using post-conviction DNA tests to prove their innocence, essentially putting the Innocence Protection Act of 2004. Thankfully, the Justice Department has just announced an end to the DNA waivers. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, the police forensic lab has been accused of a cover-up and fraudulently handling a switching of DNA samples, and we could just go on and on with many of these types of examples. These are just a few of the problems of, I think, what can be called corruption, wrongful convictions that rob innocent people of years of freedom, politicized judicial decisions that make a mockery of the rule of law, and court-sanctioned tort law wealth distribution that really harms consumers and wastes billions. So we're actually quite pleased that there is a bright spot on the horizon on all this, and the bright spot is that there are some very serious scholars and thinkers who've been working on this for years, and I think they have a lot to share with us. So I'm delighted to begin our program. The way it will proceed is we'll start with Professor Lopez, who will be discussing the topic, and we'll follow that up with Professor Friedman and then Judge Kozinski.